Why try to be better? Why try to improve? We're all just going to die eventually, right? So why make 2024 count if it won't last? And neither will any other year in the future. What is the point in improving at all if we will inevitably wither away after our short moment in the spotlight? Let's assume there is a point to all of this. What would it take to completely ruin your life? What could you do to maximize the chances of a pointless existence? What sort of shortcuts and hacks and workarounds could you implement to avoid all of those nasty challenges and the effort that life might require of you? Well, step one would be to avoid adversity. When things get hard, avoid it. When your goal is harder to accomplish than you assumed, just give up. When the relationship that was once beautiful and nurturing turns sour, just leave. When you disagree with your boss or a parent or a spouse or a friend, just disagree and stay in your ways and remain ignorant. I mean, what is the point of discomfort anyways? To grow, to experience new things, to seek challenge? What's the point of any of that? Why would that ever be something that you want? Step two would be to then disregard anything that challenges your beliefs. When you hear something new that contradicts your current beliefs on a podcast, ignore it. Who cares if it's backed by science and research? It's new to you, so it must not be true, right? When somebody does something differently than you, degrade them and judge them for it because you've never done it that way, so it must be incorrect to do it that way. You are comfortable with where you are at, and anything new may challenge that situation, and you hate challenges and you love your situation. Step three, always be the victim. The world is out to get you. The guy that cut you off on the highway has a personal vendetta against you. It's not because he was rushing to the hospital. Mother Nature knew that it was your birthday today, and that's why she caused it to rain, not because it's been a drought and the plants just badly need water. Every single relationship in your life is crumbling because they are all selfish and ignorant, not because you're self-obsessive. You truly are fighting against the world, and nobody has it nearly as hard as you do. Step four, accept your destiny as a flawed existence. You just weren't meant to be a better person. You just were not meant to accomplish more or to be more. Sure, you see people online that are doing the same, but they're just different. You just didn't have the same opportunities as they had. You just aren't meant to be like them. They are just different, and you are not. Your life was just flawed from the start. You had a different upbringing and you were given different opportunities. You simply are just not meant to be a better human. Step five, spread this belief to others. Be a parasite. Find others that think like you and feed off of them so then they can then feed off of you. Let it grow, let it build, become a hub of negativity and self-loathing behavior. Make excuses for one another. Create lies and convince yourselves that they are truths. Take part in activities that you know you shouldn't. Drink every weekend. Make them drink every weekend. Neglect your health and your self-improvement and judge others for doing the opposite. Leave hate comments and hate messages. Create a circle of no good, worthless companions. And finally, step six, believe that you are the divine animal that this planet was made for. This planet was surely made for you, so you don't have to follow the rules that all the other creatures have to follow. You don't have to worry about the impact that you leave on others and the beliefs that you pass on. Your story that you tell yourself is true, and everybody knows that. You are here to do what you please. If you choose to neglect the privilege of life, you can do so because the world is yours. The world was not made for the lions and the bears and the whales and the trees and the flowers and everything else that's here. It was made for you, so it's entirely up to you how you treat it. So how will you take on this year? Will you waste your time reading books, watching movies, falling in love, traveling far away, running marathons, recording songs, dancing in the kitchen at 2 a.m. while the neighbors sleep, waking up before the sun shows its face on a cold winter day to go for a run that you really don't want to do, telling your family you love them and your friends the same, finally taking your life seriously and acknowledging that this is probably all there really is, and if you don't act now, you may never be able to again, and that fear scares the living hell out of you? Or maybe you will simply follow the 6 steps and keep the life you have. Only a fool would be more for the sake of being more. Only a madman would consider a subpar lifestyle unacceptable. And you are not that. You are a normal, everyday, cut from the same cloth kind of person. So the decision is pretty simple, I guess. And it's entirely yours to make.